Good afternoon. My name is John Marcantel, and I am honored to serve as the Interim Dean of the Charleston School of Law. On behalf of President Anastapoulo, Chairman of the Board Ed Bell, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, and alumni of the school, I welcome you to these commencement exercises. Please stand for the national anthem, which will be led by Gianna Guarino, a member of the graduating class of 2025, and then remain standing for the invocation by Reverend Max Wilkins, a member of the Board of Trustees and the father of Jennifer Wilkins, also a member of the class of 2025.
Would you pray with me, please? Almighty and loving God, creator of us all, we gather here today in gratitude and humility. We seek your wisdom and guidance as we embark on the noble pursuit of truth, of justice and righteousness. As the prophet Isaiah reminds us, learn to do good, seek justice, defend the oppressed. May our hearts be rooted in integrity, and may our actions reflect your justice for all people. And grant, dear Lord, our graduates wisdom and discernment, that they might serve with compassion, uphold the truth, and pursue righteousness in every challenge they face. And may your Spirit inspire them to be champions of fairness, advocates for the vulnerable, and agents of peace. And would you bless today this ceremony and allow your justice to reign in the lives of these graduates and in the legal profession around the world. We ask all of this with trust and hope through your love and mercy. In the name of the God of all creation, amen.
You can be seated. Thank you. Welcome again. Today we celebrate our graduates. 3 years ago, you began a journey that led you to this point. One day in either August or January, you sat in either 385 Meeting Street or 81 Mary. You probably didn't know anyone. But you had orientation, you listened to Dean Bell give interesting facts about your classmates in her "This is your class" remarks. You read and briefed your first case. Very quickly, you made friends, you joined clubs and student organizations. You met our outstanding faculty and saw why they are routinely recognized as top 10 in Princeton Review for excellence in teaching. You sat through assessments and final exams, completed numerous writing assignments, and read countless cases. We celebrated together your accomplishments in moot court and mock trial and on the transactional law teams. We learned together during the Law Review's Law and Society Symposia series, as well as the numerous presentations held by the school for the Professionalism series. Our law school was founded on a very special mission of pro bono populi, for the good of the people. That mission is reflected in our pro bono program, where students volunteer their legal talents with organizations like the Centers for Heirs Property, the Public Defender's Office, Charleston Pro Bono Legal Services, the Probate Court, and Charleston Legal Access. I'm pleased to report that the class of 2025 donated more than 17,754 hours of their time to pro bono and public service causes. In the short life of our law school, over 585,200 hours have been contributed in free legal services. Graduating class, you are truly a special group, and you're joining the ranks of a very special group. But you didn't get here alone. You were supported along the way by your family, your friends, your spouses, your children, significant others, many of whom are here with us today. So that you can show your appreciation to them, please stand and show your gratitude. And graduates, if you would, please remain standing as we show our gratitude towards you. You can be seated. Throughout law school, you are supported by the world-class faculty of the Charleston School of Law. Our faculty are not only teachers, but mentors. They challenged you to become crisper writers, better thinkers, and true professionals. I ask that members of the faculty, including our adjunct faculty, please stand to be recognized. I'd now like to recognize 4 people who are playing special roles today. The first is our lead student marshal and our new Student Bar Association Vice President, Sophia Santoema. Sophia, congratulations, and I look forward to working with you in the coming year. The second is our Professor of the Year. The Professor of the Year is chosen by the graduating class, and so, as is our tradition, the Professor of the Year will be reading the names of the graduates here in just a moment. This year's Professor of the Year is Dean Dylan Malagrino. Congratulations, Dean Malagrino. The faculty includes today's faculty marshal, an honor bestowed upon a faculty member who excels in the 3 pillars of being a law professor. Those are teaching, scholarship, and service. This professor does so through her teaching of torts and remedies, her very many law review articles, and her manifold acts of service to the institution. This year's faculty marshal is Professor Nancy Zisk. Our law school is committed to student success. It is our most important goal. The role of Grand Marshal is bestowed upon an employee, administrator, staff, or faculty who exemplifies this commitment. This year's Grand Marshal works tirelessly to assist students with financial aid. In recognition of his hard work and dedication, this year's Grand Marshal is Bobby Greer, our Senior Director of Financial Aid. I would now ask that Ms. Santoema, Dean Malagrino, Professor Zisk, and Mr. Greer please stand and be recognized. As you now go out into the profession, remember this. You remain members of the Charleston School of Law family. That means we have your backs as you're studying for the bar exam, when you're looking for another job, or if you're running for public office. We're here for you. I encourage you to get involved with alumni events and give back to the next generation of law students. At this point in the program, I'm pleased to call upon Sarah Cooper, the president of the Student Bar Association for the class of 2025, for her remarks.
Thank you, Dean Markentel, and thank you, distinguished faculty, family, and friends for joining us to celebrate this momentous occasion. To my fellow graduates, congratulations on your well-deserved success. I'm truly honored to stand before you today to deliver this speech and reflect on what an incredible journey we've had at the Charleston School of Law. 3 years might not seem like a long time, but it truly feels like a lifetime has passed between the start of our law school journey and today at the conclusion of it. If we think back to where we were 3 years ago, as nervous and overwhelmed 1Ls, learning law as if drinking from a fire hose, as they say, with no idea what lay up before us, we see just how far we've come in such a short span of time. As we finished our last final exams, turned in our upper-level writing papers, and capped off the 18th professionalism series, we now stand at the end of law school reflecting on the incredible journey we've had. Along the way, we overcame countless obstacles and surpassed numerous milestones, from learning how to brief a case and write a memo, to finding our voice and presence in the courtroom. We experienced so many firsts together. Our first cold calls. I know I remember that moment, as I'm sure you do. I remember mine in Professor Jansen's class. Our first oral argument. I have to be honest, I might have blocked this memory out. Our first midterms and finals in the old law school, or the old library, of course. Our first barrister's ball, where we proved that we can still have fun in law school, and so much more. But it's important to note that we were never alone in this journey. We not only had each other, but we had the support of everyone in this room. The list of our supporters is long, so I will not drag this out. But I would be remiss if I didn't give a special acknowledgement to the incredible faculty, staff, and administrators at the Charleston School of Law. They are the backbone of this institution and have watched us transform over the last 3 years, all the while demonstrating compassion and commitment to our success as they encourage us to push past our limits and achieve the impossible. We may have done the work that led us here today, but they gave us the tools to make it possible. With their guidance, we evolved from uncertain 1Ls to capable and confident future attorneys. And a very special thank you to the family and friends in attendance here today. None of us would be here if it had not been for the support you gave us at the very beginning. As we look beyond the walls of Charleston School of Law and into the future, after we've all crushed the bar exam, we see our future paths unfold in the legal profession. Most of us have dreamed of this moment from the very beginning and have been looking forward to leaving the trials and tribulations of law school behind for the greener pastures of legal practice. But that's not to say that our first steps into the profession won't be difficult, and the practice of law won't come with its own unique set of challenges. But now we know how to handle those challenges head on. We may not have all the answers, but at least we know the steps to take to find them. We can use the last 3 years as a guide to remind us of what we can accomplish if we use the hands-on experiences law school has provided to us, and the power we yield if we surround ourselves with supportive individuals who want us to achieve our goals. Our legal careers aren't just a distant dream anymore. In a few short months, they will be a reality. And we owe it to ourselves to use what we've learned in the last 3 years to make our own mark on the legal profession and the world itself. Each of us will take on the unique role that a lawyer has in today's society, committed to upholding the rule of law and fighting for truth and justice, values that are more essential than ever in these critical times that we face. As we leave here today and start the next chapter of our lives, I hope you will all remember to hold on to what Charleston School of Law has given you: a hands-on education, the lifelong friendships and mentors, the heartfelt memories, the tools to overcome any challenge that you may face, and above all else, a network of support that will still be there to cheer us on long after we've spread across the country into the various aspects of the legal profession. But I also leave you with this task. Don't lose sight of the core values of this institution and why you came to law school in the first place. Being a great attorney is not just about winning cases and perfecting your arguments. It's also about the difference that you make in not only the lives closest to you, but also of the lives in the community. Making this difference means practicing with intention and leading with both heart and integrity to create a meaningful and enduring impact. It's a truly powerful thing to be a part of this profession, and I have every confidence in knowing that the world and the community itself will be better with y'all as its leaders. Thank you for allowing me the honor of being your Student Bar Association president. It's truly been a highlight of my law school journey to get to know each of y'all and to make a positive impact, however small, on your law school journey as you have done on mine. Congratulations again to the Charleston School of Law class of 2025. Take the time to enjoy this moment with those you love and bask in the glory of officially earning your Juris Doctorate. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for each of you, and I hope you look back on these past 3 years with the same warmth and gratitude that I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, President Cooper. It's now my pleasure to introduce Associate Dean Nick Sanders, who will present the awards section of the program.
Thank you, Dean Marcantel. It is now my pleasure to present 2 awards that recognize the outstanding contributions of our students. The William Bennett Regan Award is named in honor of Bill Regan, an outstanding public servant who for many years served the city of Charleston as legal counsel. Selection for this award is based on commitment to public service and leadership. This year's recipient is Sarah T. Cooper. Please stand and be recognized. The Arthur Howe Trial Advocacy Award is funded by the South Carolina chapter of the American College of Trial Lawyers and is named in honor of one of the premier trial lawyers in South Carolina, Arthur Howe. The award is presented annually to the graduating student who best exemplifies excellence in trial advocacy. This year's recipient is Brett F. Warman. Please stand and be recognized. The first law school in South Carolina was formed right here in Charleston in 1825. Known as the Forensic Club, it was chartered by the General Assembly in December of that year. The Forensic Club, long dormant, was revived in 2003 when the original charter was assigned to the Charleston School of Law. Today, to quote Dean Emeritus Andy Abrams, the Charleston School of Law has the unique distinction of being both the oldest and youngest law school in South Carolina. Today, we recognize 5 of our graduates as new members of the Charleston School of Law Forensic Club. Their selection is based on 3 criteria: demonstrated leadership, professionalism, and academic commitment. Each of the individuals selected has abundantly demonstrated and met those requirements. The inductees for May 2025 are Maeve Kavanaugh, Alexei Isayev, Amani Lazarus, Angela Sarich, and Taylor Tuja. I ask these new members to please stand and receive our special congratulations. We're now pleased to announce the recipients of the Community Partner of the Year. This award, which began in 2024, will be presented each year to 2 community organizations, one in the private sector and one from the public, that exemplify the true notion of partnership. Our law school does not exist in a vacuum. We engage with the community both locally and nationally. This award recognizes organizations that have stood out in their commitment to helping Charleston School of Law students learn the law, obtain real-world experience, and most importantly, secure jobs. The first recipient from the private sector has been a frequent home to students through partnership in the externship and pro bono programs since those programs began at the law school. Our students have gained real-world experience and contributed to this organization, serving an important community need through externships, long-term pro bono work, short-term pro bono opportunities through regularly scheduled wills clinics, and for their commitment in mentoring students while building strong families and communities. This year's Community Partner of the Year, private sector, is the Center for Heirs Property Preservation. Accepting the award for the Center for Heirs Property Preservation is a Charleston School of Law alumna and staff attorney Nikki Sperling, class of 2018. I'd like to invite Michelle Condon, our Director of Externship and Public Service, to join the Center for Heirs Property on stage. Our second Community Partner of the Year award is for an organization in the public sector. The recipient also has been a partner of the Charleston School of Law since the externship and pro bono programs began. In 2011, the American Bar Association selected our recipient as one of 2 courts in the nation to pilot a program through which law students assist minor incapacitated adults under guardianship and provide a visitor's report to the court. Since then, 1,133 Charleston Law students working in teams of 2 have visited and helped the court assist over 940 adults under adult guardianship. For their commitment to mentorship of the next generation of public servants, the Charleston County Probate Court is this year's Community Partner of the Year award for the public sector. Accepting the award on behalf of the Charleston County Probate Court are Charleston County Probate Judge Irv Condon and Guardian and Assistant Clerk of Court Tina Homer.
Thank you, Dean Sanders. We actually missed one more award. I would now ask that President Cooper please return to the podium to present this year's final award.
Thank you again, Dean Markentile. As I've talked about how special Charleston School of Law is and the incredible people dedicated to this school, I would be remiss if I did not recognize one person in particular who has positively impacted my law school journey as well as everyone else's. This person has been dedicated to the success of students from day one, and in recognizing that his time at the school has come to an end, we wanted to thank him by creating an award after him and presenting it to him today. So Dean Sanders, will you please come up and join me? students have created the Dean Sanders Student Impact Award. Dean Nicholas Sanders has been dedicated to the success of students at the Charleston School of Law since he joined the school staff in 2018. As the Associate Dean of Students and Career Services, Dean Sanders has demonstrated compassion and unwavering support to the success of students both inside and outside the classroom. He has fostered an environment that empowers students to succeed in all areas of their life. Presented to a member of the Charleston School of Law staff whose actions reflect the student-centered leadership exemplified by Dean Sanders. It is my honor to present the first ever Dean Sanders Student Impact Award to Dean Nicholas Sanders.
Thank you, President Cooper. This time I call upon President Constance Anastopoulos, President of the Charleston School of Law, to introduce our commencement speaker.
Good afternoon. Excuse my voice. It is an honor and a privilege to be here today and to introduce our commencement speaker, Justice Kay Hearn. Justice Hearn is a graduate of Bethany College and the South Carolina School of Law. She began her legal career serving as a law clerk to South Carolina Supreme Court Justice Julius Bubba Ness, and she is the only former clerk to return to the Supreme Court as a justice. After practicing law, she became a family court judge and thus began her long career serving as a jurist in our state. Justice Hearn was then elected to the South Carolina Court of Appeals, where she served for 15 years, 10 as chief judge, before she was elected to our state's highest court, the South Carolina Supreme Court, in 2009, becoming only the second female member of the court in the court's history. She retired in April 2023 as justice on the Supreme Court, and at that time she was the longest-serving member of the South Carolina State Court Judiciary and authored some of the most important and precedent-setting cases in South Carolina jurisprudence. Her mark in our legal system will endure long after we are gone, and thus an incredible legacy already. As I stand here today, the third president of Charleston School of Law and the first female, I do so with humility and gratitude to the women who paved the way and who came before me. Women like my dear friend and mentor, Sarah Leverett, who was the third female graduate of the University of South Carolina School of Law. Women like Justice Jean Toll, who was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the first woman to serve on our state Supreme Court. And to Kay Hearn. Justice Hearn has been an inspiration to a generation of strong South Carolina women, and her contributions as an attorney, Court of Appeals judge, Supreme Court justice, cannot be overstated. She is a true trailblazer and an example for men and women alike. She set the example for many who have followed through her exemplary bravery and courage and groundbreaking career and life. So without further ado, Justice Kay Hearn.
Good afternoon. This room is just buzzing with excitement. Can't you feel it? Everyone in this audience has waited at least 3 years, and likely more, for today. It took a whole lot of hard work sacrifice, and patience, not only by the graduates, by also their families and friends, to conquer the law school beast. You all are entitled to a collective sigh of relief and a gigantic woohoo! Graduates, you now stand on the shoulders of giants, those lions of our profession who have changed our world for the better. People like Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Thurgood Marshall, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and here in South Carolina, Wadey's Waring, Matthew Perry, and Jean Toll. In many ways, today is the first day of the rest of your lives, because from now on, everything you do as a lawyer. When you speak up, when you express your opinion, when you volunteer in your community, when you tell a joke, even when you laugh at a joke, you do so as a lawyer. This is a powerful thing. However, with that power also comes great responsibility. To whom much was given, much is expected. And this room is filled with people who have very high expectations of you, including me. Ours is one of only a handful of professions whose membership requires the swearing of an oath, something most of you will do within the next year. A lawyer's ethics and professionalism, though sometimes complicated in their application, are really quite basic. Doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Being honest, playing fair, and respecting others. These are all things we learned as children. However, the pressures you will experience in this profession of being responsible for another person's business, family, future, or even his or her life can cloud the basic principles of right and wrong you learned as a child. Many things in life and in our profession are not black and white, but honesty and respect for others and respect for our profession are absolutes. Everyone loves to win, but the practice of law is not just about winning. Being a lawyer is a privilege. It's not a right. And those who focus only on winning at all costs ultimately pay a very high price for the respect and good opinion of your colleagues, once lost, cannot be easily reclaimed, particularly here in our relatively small state of South Carolina. When your adversary is difficult to work with, it's up to you to improve the situation, to take the high bar, the high road, and to raise that bar between you. As Mark Twain said, only two things happen when you wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and the pig enjoys it. We all have our own moral compass, but some people's just seem to work better than others. Make sure yours is in good working order and listen to it. Before you say or do something in the practice of law, think about how you would feel if opposing counsel said or did that thing to you. Trust your conscience. If something seems wrong or just doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. When I was getting ready to go on the bench 40 years ago, my mentor, Justice Julia B. Bubba Ness of the South Carolina Supreme Court, told me that I needed to be able to go home at night, look myself in the mirror, and like what I saw. That was the single best piece of advice I received over the span of my career, and I offer it to you all now. The first time you look at your reflection and don't like what you see, you've not only let yourself down, but you have disappointed the people in this room who sacrificed so much to help you realize your dream of becoming a lawyer. Opposing counsel is not your enemy. Even though you and another lawyer may be adversaries this time, you may be co-counsel next time. We are all in this together. As lawyers, we all have the same goal: to uphold the rule of law. This worthy pursuit is nothing new. Over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle noted that at his best, man is the noblest of animals, but separated from the law and justice, he is the worst. It is our commitment as lawyers to ensure that man is never separated from law and justice. A healthy dose of humility is also key. Some people are born on third base, but they actually think they hit a triple. Don't be one of those people. As you begin this new adventure, don't assume you now know everything. Even though you have graduated from law school, you actually know very little about how to practice law. Forgive me the Game of Thrones reference, but as Ygritte said to her lover, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." Yes, you have had the benefit of an excellent legal education, but you are just on the threshold of acquiring the real knowledge you need to become successful in our profession. There is a great deal of difference in what you learned in law school and practicing what you learned. If you need help, ask for it. If you make a mistake, and you surely will, own it and apologize for it. It will set you free. Listen, really listen to what the senior members of the bar advise you. They are not out to trick you, but they genuinely want you to succeed. And don't make the mistake of thinking that because you have graduated from law school, you must now take on a certain persona. Be authentic. Playing a part is great fun on stage, but you can't play a part for a lifetime. The best thing that you can give to this profession is yourself. Be bold. Be willing to fight for what you believe in, and be proud to be a lawyer. Ours is a noble profession with an illustrious history. An abiding desire to forge order out of chaos has always made lawyers a force to be reckoned with. In Henry IV, Shakespeare penned the familiar line about killing all the lawyers. People who don't understand the context for the statement frequently throw it up to us as a very poor attempt at humor. But its meaning is actually anything but derogatory to our profession. Dick the Butcher uttered that infamous line as part of his plan to install a pretender and a puppet ruler to the English throne. He knew that people with specialized knowledge of the law would stand against those who sought to overthrow the government. Therefore, in reality, that statement is a resounding testament to the importance of lawyers in upholding the rule of law. I want you to think about our Constitution for a moment. One of our former presidents said that to live under the American Constitution is the greatest privilege that was ever accorded to the human race. Approximately 240 years ago, a group of men gathered in Philadelphia to address the failings of the Articles of Confederation and ultimately to draft a document that would be a beacon of governance around the world, the United States Constitution. Of the 55 members of the Constitutional Convention, 34 were lawyers. The Constitution begins, "We the people, in order to form a more perfect union. As I look out over this diverse group of graduates, it's difficult to realize that when those famous words were written, they didn't really mean what they said, because many of the rights it proclaimed were accorded only to landed white men, not to all the people. It took well over 100 years for those words to come true and to include both people of color and women. But even with that huge shortcoming, the Founding Fathers created a magnificent document. And it's so revealing that the first step they believed needed to be taken in order to form a more perfect union was to establish justice. That goal came before ensuring domestic tranquility, providing for the common defense, promoting the general welfare, and securing the blessings of liberty. Regardless of the importance of those goals, establishing justice came first. The fact is that everywhere in the world, the foundation of a justice system is the rule of law. In the United States, historically, judges have been the guardians of that rule of law, and lawyers have been its protectors. Now, more than ever, lawyers are called upon to protect our Constitution and the rule of law. The attacks we read about almost daily upon our profession are unprecedented. Chief Justice John Roberts has sounded the alarm about the attacks on our judiciary, saying that the specter of open disregard for federal court rulings are dangerous and must be soundly rejected. And just last month, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond, hardly a bastion of liberality, reminded us of President Eisenhower's call to respect and carry out the decisions of the United States Supreme Court in Brown versus Board of Education, stating that the very basis of our individual rights and freedoms is the confidence that court decisions will be followed. Without that, anarchy would result. Recently, the South Carolina Association of Women Lawyers fully endorsed a statement by the American Bar Association to defend the rule of law in the face of these unprecedented attacks. That statement provides, and I quote, "We reject efforts to undermine the courts and profession. We will not stay silent in the face of efforts to remake the legal profession into something that rewards those who agree with the government and punishes those who do not. Words and actions matter, and the intimidating words and actions we have heard and seen must end. They are designed to cow our country's judges, our country's courts, and our legal profession. There are clear choices facing our profession. We could choose to remain silent and allow these acts to continue, or we can stand up for the rule of law and the values we hold dear. We call upon the entire profession to speak out against intimidation. If we do not speak now, when will we speak? Now is the time." That statement from the ABA, endorsed by the South Carolina women lawyers, is a clarion call to all of us. I beg you to answer it. I challenge each one of you to do what you can with the gifts you have been given. Indeed, it is our professional heritage, the mantle of which you all now wear. Remember that although you are but one, you are one. History is shaped by numerous acts of individual courage. It is a delicate balancing act to give your life to the law, but to not allow it to become your life. The work is demanding and challenging. The hours are often long, and Your clients, in their cases, can suck the joy right out of you. The old adage that the law is a jealous mistress was never more true than now in this age of technology, where we are expected to respond to communications 24/7. Don't lose sight of the fact that you alone are responsible for deciding how to allocate your time between your personal and professional life. Do not allow others to make that critical decision for you. The sad truth is that the boundaries that used to exist between working hours and leisure time just aren't there anymore, particularly if we don't draw limits ourselves. The poet Carl Sandburg said that time is the coin of your life. It is the only coin you have, and only you can decide how to spend it. Be careful lest you let other people spend it for you. And speaking of quotes, one of my favorites is from the British economist John Maynard Keynes, who purportedly said shortly before his death that his only regret in life was that he had not drunk more champagne. I will tell you that absolutely no one on his or her deathbed ever said they wished they had spent more time at the office, on their phone, or on their handheld. On this day, your life stretches ahead of you like a long, long shadow, full of plans, hopes, and dreams for the future. But trust me, it passes in the blink of an eye. None of us are promised tomorrow. Try to make each day count by living the words of this Irish blessing. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to meditate. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of perpetual youth. Take time to read. It is the way to knowledge. Take time to be friendly. It is the road to happiness. Take time to laugh. It is the music of the soul. And take time to love and be loved. Now go and celebrate this day, and don't regret that you didn't drink enough champagne. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Justice Hearn. At this time, I call upon Vice Dean Margaret Lawton to present the degree candidates.
Will the candidates for degrees please rise? Dean Marcantel, I have the privilege on behalf of the faculty of the Charleston School of Law to present the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor who, upon review, will be recommended for the conferral of their degrees in due course.
Thank you, Dean Lawton. Having received the testimony of the Vice Dean that you, the candidates, will have complied with all of the requirements of our academic regulations, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education, and the American Bar Association, and upon recommendation of the Vice Dean, I will, upon review, confer upon each of you the degree of Juris Doctor, together with all of the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations, graduates. Y'all can be seated. And now the moment everyone's been waiting for, the presentation of the graduates for individual recognition. Graduates, as your name is called, please advance to the podium to be hooded by Dean Lawton, and then take two pictures. One as you're being hooded, and then one with yours truly. Would members of the graduating class please come forward and be recognized?
Caroline Hope Abernathy. Kelly Ann Abrunzo. Dominzia Okoya. Tyler Augustus Adams. Christina Maria Omara Agramante. Hannah Marie Andrew. Michael Knowlton Antley. John Joseph Augustino. Madison Laurel Blaine. Seth Garrett Bolton. Jensen Hope Bonanno. Ronnie Dean Booth, Jr. Monica Marie Bowman. Austin John Branson. Brandon Sean Brown. Lily Anna Birchfield. Hunter Jace Burton. John Adam Bussian IV. Chady Theo Calderon. Kyle Mark Corona. Molly Elizabeth Carter. Maeve Doran Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Cody Weston Chavis, magna cum laude. Isabel Marie Kristen. Vincent Lance Cirillo. Donovan Alexander Coker. Congratulations. Samuel Allard Coleman. William Rhett Collins. Sarah Taylor Cooper. Phoenix Rain Crow. David Blanding Crump. Nicholas Robert Cruz. Sydney Erica Denninger. Alexandra Grace DeTardo. Morgan Rebecca Dickinson, summa cum laude. Nicholas Giovanni DeLoro, cum laude. Chloe Jewel Duger, magna cum laude. Madeline Louise Dukes. Lauren Noel Dunn. Kimberly Nicole Edwards. Joshua Michael Emery. Nicole Alexis Everett. Lawrence Sammy Fadul. Brianna Lane Fanning, cum laude. Kinsey Denise Farmer. Macy Elizabeth Flesher. Hayward Quinn Foster V. Daniel Robert Garfinkel. Mackenzie Morgan Garrick. Jasmine Sierra Gleaton. Laura Bailey Graves. Rebecca Claire Gray. John Hardy Greenhall. Anna Catherine Gregory, summa cum laude. Gianna Rose Vincenza Guarino. Kelsey Joe Haslam. Elizabeth Ann Hassel. Paul Floyd Hassel. Jorge Guillermo Hazim. Mitchell James Henshaw. Jessica Ann Hernandez, magna cum laude. Owen Davis Hess. Grace E. Hickey. Joravar Singh Hira. Noah Stephen Hisker. McAllister Kennedy Hogan. Brookley Lucy Hollis. Robert Conrad Howard. Alexei Isayev. Peyton Carly Eisman. Ebene Maria Ivory. Blake Jolie Everett Jacoby, magna cum laude. Cassandra Elizabeth Jones. Rashida Jamila Jones. Ryan Brock Josephs. Michael Philip Jukum. Elizabeth Duval Ravenel Kaplock. Congratulations. Jasmine Rose Keene. Mariam Ehab Khalil. Cheyenne Marie Kilcoyne. Ronald Paul King II. Tanner Mitchell Knight. Kaylee Nicole Kobilka. Carly Marie Lambert. Allison Purcell Langston. Cum laude. Kevin McKay Larco. Connor Harrison Lawson. Amani Jade Lazarus, magna cum laude. Thank you. Talmadge Lewis. Jacob Talmadge Lewis. Emma Alston Limehouse. Jacob Thomas Lingle, cum laude. Amber Madeline Locklear, magna cum laude. Tiffany Lynn Long, cum laude. Elena Fair Losi, cum laude. Vaughn Rayanne Lovejoy Holyfield, magna cum laude. Chloe Carrington Lyda. James Monroe Lyons. Tiffany Nicole Majori. Cody Tyler Maley. Keely Page Maloney. Sky Elise Martin, cum laude. Sydney Elizabeth Mayers. Morgan Amanda McCauley. Kaishan Kiana McCoy. Madison Nicole McElhenney. Deanna Marie McGee. Ashley Kate Mitro. Brianna Mercedes Moore. Hey, congrats on your award. Brett Francis Mormon, cum laude. Hi, how are you? McKenna Morgan. Alexis Taylor Marunis, summa cum laude. Karina Kate Mullen, cum laude. Victoria Ann Nagel, cum laude. Brendan Broderick O'Callahan. Brenda Carol Oliver.
Emily Irene Ott. Morgan Elizabeth Overly. Bradley Reed Owens. Savannah Constance Page. Mary Kate Paoli, cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Parrish. Noelle Emily Patterson. Joseph Patrick Perrone. Anthony Gaetano Petrelli, Jr. Lance Ethan Piquel. Alicia Dane Pinto. Jordan Carol Ann Plemons. Delaney Joy Pruitt. Madison Lee Purvis. Jack Robert Raditz. Matthew Merle Ralston IV. Maxwell Cannon Reeves. Taylor Grace Rice. Rachel Marie Riddleman. All right, Luke Thomas Rivelli, cum laude. Kayla Marie Owen Rivera, summa cum laude. Jordan Elise Robinson. Sydney Montana Rose. Paige Madison Ralto. Mitzi Marie Rakowski. Anna Lee Sadlow. Angela Marina Sarek, summa cum laude. Kelly Jean Sarver. Camilla Ash Shiver. Catherine Elizabeth Sistar. Anthony James Sita. Samantha Kylie Skidmore. Jack Ryan Smalley, magna cum laude. Danielle Maria Smith, Marie Smith. Grayson Stone Sobel. Olivia Reed Spalding. Elizabeth Ann Steedley, magna cum laude. Emily Linda Stein-Kirshner. Gabriel McKay Stevens. Taylor James Sturba. Neil Weber Stevens. Destiny Grace Stewart. Rebecca Jean Sullivan. Jack Tyler Sawhaj. Benjamin Foster Edgeworth Thomas. Tatum Elizabeth Timmerman. Samantha Nicole Torse Yellow. William Trojman. Taylor Nicole Tuja, magna cum laude. Kaylin Elizabeth Tunis. Mari Elizabeth Van Dyne. Lauren Nicole Verbanek. Brooke Elizabeth Vetter. Sydney Page Vogelsang. Rebecca Dulcie Wade. Susanna Scott Wallinger, cum laude. Madison Zoe Webb. Nicholas David White. Tyler Michael Wicks, cum laude. Alexandra Gail Widener. Kyle Allen Wilhelm. Jennifer Lynn Wilkins. Timothy Patrick Williams. Julia Catherine Byerly Witt. Logan Michael Wright.
Please join me again in congratulating our graduates. I now call upon Ryan Andrews, Vice President of the Charleston School of Law Alumni Association and a 2013 graduate, to welcome you, our newest graduates to the ranks of the alumni. Following Mr. Andrews' remarks, I invite President Anastopoulos to please give her final remarks.
Dean Marcantel, President Anastopoulos, Judge Hearn, distinguished faculty, and honored graduates, thank you for including me on this special day. And to all the mothers out there, happy early Mother's Day. On behalf of the Charleston School of Law, it's my honor to welcome you, the 2025 graduating class, as the newest alumni of the Charleston School of Law. I'm going to keep my remarks brief because I know y'all have some celebrating to do. Hopefully y'all were listening to Justice Hearn's comments about the whole champagne situation. But it's hard for me to believe that I was in your shoes over a decade ago. And I tell you, time flies. I want to give you a little bit of advice and a couple things I've learned over the 10 plus years as an alum and touch on what some of our notable alum have accomplished once leaving CSOL. First, some advice. First advice has to be the bar exam. Whether you're taking it in July or later, you obviously have to prepare, but do yourself a favor and try not to burn yourself out while doing so. I know easier said than done. It's a stressful time, but you won't be doing yourself any favors if you burn yourself out and don't take a step back to try and collect yourself while studying. You've made it through law school. You've made it through this far. You know what studying works and doesn't work for you. So remember what works for you and do it. Second, as you embark on your new legal careers, do not be afraid to ask for help. You're not going to know everything, as the law is an ever-evolving field. Chances are, though, you have colleagues out there that have encountered similar legal issues. So ask for help, as you will not necessarily need to reinvent the wheel as you navigate through a confusing legal issue. You can ask for help from our alumni, which now includes you, your classmates, and alumni of the past. You can also ask for help from the faculty and staff here at CSOL. To this day, I still ask for help and for advice on legal concepts from my classmates, other alum, as well as some of our esteemed professors and now president of the law school. So the alumni and school are here to help you as you go and begin and continue through your legal journeys. So remember that. Don't forget it. And it's important that throughout your legal careers that you remain civil to one another, even against attorneys that you're against in the courtroom or in a case. We all know that the practice of law is an unavoidable adversarial career, and we all know that as attorneys we have a duty to zealously advocate for our clients. However, this does not mean that you cannot or should not remain civil with your opponent while still fighting for your client. To learn that in a lot of cases, you'll be able to reach a more favorable resolution for your client if you're civil with opposing counsel rather than having an unnecessary battle or losing your cool with them. It's not uncommon for opposing attorneys to be friends and grab lunch or a happy hour after court fighting with one another. It's also not uncommon for opposing attorneys to ask for advice or refer cases to each other. So being civil is also important, as you never know who you may be trying to work with or for in the future, and never know who may become a judge that you're in front of in the future. So be civil in your practice. Now that you're an alumni, you've joined an esteemed group that has accomplished much, even though CSOL is still a relatively young school. You're now part of a group with members who serve as in-house counsel in billion-dollar corporations and businesses. You're now part of a group with members who serve as mayors, state legislatures, and members of Congress in the U.S. House of Representatives. You're now part of a group who serve as public defenders, solicitors, and judges. Our alumni also include members who serve as professors and public interest attorneys. And for whatever reason, you're part of a group with an alum who's on a reality television show about the charming South. But as you can see, you're now part of this group that has been given all the tools to succeed. So please come back after you leave here today. Please stay in touch with your fellow alumni in this school and share the successes you'll undoubtedly accomplish. Come back and ask for help when you need to, and also come back to help out the future alumni. Congratulations on now becoming members of the Charleston School alumni in your graduation. Good luck, and may God continue to bless you.
Well, here you are. As Justice Hearn said, time really does fly quickly. As I watched you walk across the stage, I think I torched to half of you. And here you are 3 years later. It's so hard to believe it went that fast, really in the blink of an eye. So congratulations. In closing, let me also congratulate you on the momentous today, not only for graduating law school, no small feat, but for being the first class to graduate from the new 501c3 entity that Charleston School of Law is. This is not only a tax designation, but also it marks the beginning of a new chapter in the life of our school. And you are the first graduates in this new phase. Our future is very bright. Congratulations again. Thank you for coming and sharing this day with your graduates and all of us. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Anastopoulos. We'd be remiss if we did not thank some key people who were responsible for today's ceremony. I ask you to recognize the members of Charleston Brass, as well as our interpreters, Michael Krajnak and Robin Burgess-Mack, and the representatives from AV Connections and Grad Images. I'd also like to thank everyone who put in countless hours of hard work to make today's event such a joyous success. It'd be impossible to thank every single pivotal person who played a role, so I'm going to actually only limit myself to one. Please join me in thanking Diane Rexroad. This woman spent nights and weekends and countless hours making today happen for you. Diane, you're my rock. So we're still holding the reception outside, guys. We put up the tent on Thursday and put up the walls hoping that it'll be relatively dry underneath, but if it's not, we'll all be stomping in the mud like a family together. I invite each of you to join us for the reception in honor of our graduates. The reception will be held on the parade grounds immediately following the ceremony. Graduates, as is our tradition, there will be a group photograph taken of your graduating class. The pictures will be taken right there on the bleachers on the parade ground, so you'll at least be out of the mud. After the group photograph is taken, please feel free to join your friends and family for the reception. And now I'd ask that everyone please stand for the singing of America the Beautiful, led by Gianna Guarino, and then remain standing for the recessional, the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates. Thank you.